Hello everybody. I'm going to okay, well, I think we're just about live, or we must be live right now, right? So I'm going to start with Sagittarius, and it is, I gotta go get my glasses, dang. Forgot the most important part. Okay. Righty then, I found them. So thank you for joining in. All right, so Sagittarius, you're at 2 minutes now. Okay. So we're going to do the you versus them spread and see what's going on with the person on your mind. I'm going to do Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces today. So here we go. Angels, spirits, guides, ancestors, archangels, ascended masters, and all that is coming from love and light. Please guide me to give a clear and accurate message for Sagittarius. I'm going to do person 1 and person 2. And then the energy, the mutual energy in the middle. Oh. Your mutual energy is 9 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles. So you both feel, hi Joni. Yeah, I feel a little weird still. I don't know. Yesterday I felt pretty good. Today I feel a little, I don't know, weird. Okay. Okay. So there's definitely a lot of love here and a lot of fear at the bottom of the deck. Person number 1 looks like, so they have the 3 of Wands to the 9 of Cups. So I feel like they're waiting. Like they've already put it out into the universe what they want, which is you. And they're just waiting for you to come toward them with love, is what it looks like. The second set of cards is the 7 or 8 of Swords to the 6 of Wands, meaning this person feels like they can't escape you, person number 2, you know? And there's a decision they need to make, and I think they're trying to make a logical choice here. You know, they're thinking about it. They're using what they know about this situation to make a decision. And I think what they're going to choose, let's say weigh it all out, with the 2 of Wands is themselves. They're going to choose what's best for themselves. My hair's really crazy today. The middle energy between the 2 is like unbelievable here. It's 9 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles. So whoever the person on your mind is, Sagittarius, you both feel that, you know, this is the relationship of a lifetime, is what I feel like. So Person number 2 wants to reconcile, but they're having like an inner struggle about it. I feel like what they're trying to do is work on themselves, trying to find their own um, value. Queen of Pentacles, trying to understand their own value. And they're looking back through their life. And I feel like what they feel is you're the one, you know, like 10 of Cups. They just have so much love for you, Sag. So I'm going to get some Island Tarot, and we're going to see what this Island Tarot has to say. Okay, so the Three of Wands to the Knight of Cups. Okay. I feel like, first of all, maybe the Knight of Cups is a message that they're loving themselves. You know, they did let you go, I feel like. And they're just trying to give the love that they were giving to person number 2 to themselves. I feel like they think that this relationship is over, but they can't stop thinking about you. And they want to call. Maybe they have. Maybe they've sent a message of love. They think of you all the time. And I think that they let you know that somehow. So, King of Swords to the Two of Wands. Making a logical decision. In the end, making the decision to choose themselves. Yeah, so I think they're trying to get back out there. Their logic is telling them, get back out there. You know, you can date other people. Your person number 1 is transforming with the butterfly. So I feel like they're open to new relationship. And I feel like what they're coming to the conclusion of, because they're being logical here with the King of Swords, you know, using their knowledge. And I feel like they're realizing that, you know, maybe there was some kind of sabotage going on. Maybe they even know that they did it themselves. I don't know. Let's clarify the 9 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles in the middle. Both people feel, yeah, that this relationship gave them happiness, a positive mindset. They felt grateful. Both people feel grateful. And the word bliss is here. So I feel like you guys, that's how you were feeling, both of you. Tell me about the 3 of Cups and the 5 of Wands. I feel like the 3 of Cups here in this is saying like they want to be reunited with you, person number 1. But they're having an inner struggle, or maybe there's other people involved. Maybe they felt like they had to compete for your attention. And they're struggling with a reunion. They're healing their heart, is what it says. They're mending their heart. You guys could have been married. If not, it says wedding rings, and the card is saying like union, wedding, married, soul connection, eternal love, everlasting promise. So I feel like person number 2 is healing their heart, but they realize this was a really deep connection. They realize it because of the way they feel. They're trying to kind of gain their balance, but they keep thinking about you, about person number 1, right? They want to talk because they have unconditional love for person number 1. So what they're doing is loving on themselves. They're focusing on their own self-worth. They're taking that love that they were giving to this person and putting it on themselves. They realize this is a soul contract, but empath, narcissist. But they feel like something was a little off about it. Like maybe there was a lack of boundaries here. Maybe there was someone with more than one option, and it makes this person feel like they're not enough. So see, yeah, that seems to come out every time for someone. Like, you know, a breakup happens and it's always about self-worth, it seems like. So thanks for coming and watching, you guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for hitting the like button and subscribing, all that stuff. I appreciate you guys so much. Okay, person number one is having an epiphany. They're having like a spiritual breakthrough. And so they could be coming in to apologize, or they could just be silently talking to spirit and saying like, I love this person and I just forgive the whole thing for their part in it. I'm going to forgive myself for my part in it, for the endings, you know. But they can't help missing you. Again, it's saying longing. And this person is also guarded. They somehow feel so connected to you, Sag, that they can't really cut themselves loose from it, no matter what they try. But I do see them changing here with the butterfly card down here. Yeah. So what they're doing is working on themselves. They're closing out old cycles that don't serve them anymore. They're open to receive and they're ready to grow. So I kind of feel like there's new beginnings coming for this person, whether it's with you or someone else, right? I do feel like they're getting back out there. So let's see. What about the middle energy? Yeah, love offer. Both suffering, both wanting harmony, stability, and they want to both go with the flow. So let's see what person number two is doing over here. Healing their heart. They're thinking about the contract between the two of you. They want to speak their truth. The twin flame card comes out. And the rejection card. So I feel like that's what they want to say. They want to say, I know that you're my twin flame. I know we're twin flames. Let's see. I feel like person number two is feeling like they're ready to leap forward. They want another opportunity with you. I mean, I feel like the intensity of the relationship is just like overwhelming, right? But at the same time, there's so much attraction, you know. Anyway, I feel like their spirit guides are helping them love themselves, and they're having some kind of awakening about their guardedness, about being resistant. So I feel like person number two is having a pretty big awakening as well. So what I feel happening here is there's a surrender from person number two. Surrendering. They want balance. They want justice. Yeah, conflict came out upside down. Conflict. Why are these upside down? And here's what they're feeling. I feel like what they're being awakened to here when they surrender this is their own thing. Because this is coming out with the not enough card, the disharmony. I think, first of all, I feel like they're kind of putting it together. Like, you know, I haven't felt like I was enough my whole life, right? I felt that way. There's been disharmony in my life. this whole time. I feel like this person over here maybe has commitment issues, you know? They're scared to make a commitment. Whoops, I dropped one. Might have been important. Let's see. Romantic feelings, person number one. Your feelings are real and are worth exploring. Trust. Trust this situation is calling for you to have faith. And chemistry. They're not just denying the chemistry either, right? So this person over here is like moving forward out of a toxic cycle that they've been in. And I feel like it's moving along quite a bit. It could have something to do with, you know, partying or something like that. I feel like that's the cycle that they're ending. Because I feel like what they're paying attention to is their own path, their own value, their own worth, you know? Tell me about person number two, who's over here worried about being rejected, feeling like they're not enough. Soulmate, yes, this is your soulmate. Finances and career. So there's something about finances here that's a problem. And religious factors. God, I got that one yesterday for Scorpio. And one other sign I can't remember, but religious factors. So it's like religious factors comes out and it says your love life is being influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So I'm feeling like person number two is feeling like we're not on the same path. You know, I mean, and that's a problem for me. Religious factors can be political issues. It could be, you know, just something that isn't the same. You guys are different. You have different opinions. Could be about human rights. Could be about commitment, you know, because this person, I feel like they just feel like they're not worthy of it, you know. They just feel like they're not enough. Let's ask these cards. If person number one could say something to person number two, what would it be? If person number one could say something to person number two, what would it be? I thought I saw something flip over. It's not. That's too many, just a couple. I can't express myself. I need to figure myself out. And person number two, what would you say to person number one? There's a lot of drama. You triggered me. I wish I could be fully honest. Okay, so I guess that's your messages to each other. Let's see what the oracle has to say here. Person number one, what is person number one's message in this Sag situation? My beloved, though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united. For love transcends space and time, nothing is missing. So I feel like person number two on the 5D is talking to person number one a lot about the connection, because they're the ones who realize that it's a connection. Middle energy, deep in your heart you already know the answer. Do what feels right in the middle energy. And twin flame comes out again for person number two. Your passion ignites. Okay, so do you have another message for Mr. Twin Flame or Miss Twin Flame over here? Passion. A magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. So, those are your messages. I kind of feel like you're both on some kind of huge journey. Let me see. Spirit, can you give me some like final words of wisdom here? Like, what do these guys need to do in this relationship? It feels like you just need to work on yourself, you know, love yourself, and things will work out, manifest. Understand your own power, right? And I feel like maybe, you know, both of you are focusing on what happened and what could have been, maybe, you know, because you have the 9 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles as your mutual energy, abundance. Go with the flow. You guys know this is something really special, and it didn't work out. And Spirit's saying, change your focus. Stop thinking about this situation. Change your focus. I feel like you need to change it onto yourself, and I see both people doing it. And I think that's going to bring a balance. Because I think when we start loving ourselves, our vibration raises. And if both people are loving themselves, both of your vibrations will raise. And I feel like, you know, you'll be able to manifest this person back into your life, you know, just with your own self-love, just because of your own vibration. I feel like you're not going to be able to resist one another when you start loving each other, or loving yourself. Okay, let's see here. I guess who's next is Capricorn, right? So we'll see what's going on for Caps. The person on their mind. Okay, so Capricorn, 23, 27, hopefully. Let's see here. Okay, Capricorn, and the person on their mind. Spirit, tell me what's happening between these two. Capricorn, angel, spirits, guides. Let's look at person number 1, person number 2, and mutual energy. Person number 2 feels, Spirit. Aww. 2 of Cups. The middle energy is 2 of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. And possibly a new beginning there. Okay, so person number 1, right now is trying to figure out if they should put any more energy into the situation or where they should put their energy. And I feel like they're very confident in making this decision. So um, they are in a place where they actually really love themselves. And they are looking at this situation and feeling like, man, this was a heavy load. Like, I think I'm gonna learn something new to take my mind off of it. And learning something new transmutes their energy, and they start, I don't know, Page of Cups. We'll clarify that. So person number 2, Strength card to the Empress. Five of Cups to the Two of Wands, Two of Swords, and the Magician. Person number 2 is pretty upset about the situation. However, I feel like person number 2 is learning some major lessons about strength, about maybe holding back their strength, about maybe really opening up their heart to somebody. Maybe they didn't do that, and they're feeling like, I should have nurtured this, you know? And they're really sad. Five of Cups. They're trying to let it go. They're in mourning, you know? And I feel like they want to go somewhere new, but they're stuck. I mean, they're stuck so much they can't even manifest here. So let's just see what's going on here. Capricorn. Capricorn, tell me what's going on between Capricorn. Person number 1 and person number 2. Person number 2 is trying to, transform Dragonfly. So that's what they're doing. Don't worry, they're thinking about calling. They want to let you know that they love you, right? The Ten of Wands is clarified by a completion. And they need time to heal. So they're working on themselves. They're working on something else. They're working on themselves, trying to learn something new. They're feeding their mind is what they're doing with the Page of Swords, I feel like. I mean, some people say this is like spying, but I don't think so. I think person number 1 is like laying down the load and saying like, I want to do something different here. This separation is sad, but what they're trying to do is transmute the energy. It's hard though, because they feel like person number 2 is the only one that really ever, penetrated their heart. And so what they're trying to do is like just accept all of that and go into a brand new life. Take the growth that they've learned and keep moving forward. Let's clarify the Two of Cups in the wheel here. What's going on there? Two of Cups. So it's like you both really feel this great connection. You both really care about each other. There's a lot of romance. There's a lot of fun. It feels like soulmates. There's a soul connection. And both of you realize it. Tell me what the Strength card is, Spirit. This is about the breakup. Silent treatment. Abandonment. This person feels stabbed in the back. But they can't stop thinking about you. And they feel like person number 1 is their Empress. They're heartbroken with this Five of Cups. Heartbroken. Because they feel like that, this was special. Like Spirit brought you two together. Tell me why they're in the Two of Swords. Because they're scared this is over forever. That there's no second chances. What are they manifesting? Ascension. They're manifesting ascension. I did see the sunglasses there, so I don't know if this person is like watching the other person, maybe. So, let's see. All right, tell me about person number 1. Okay, so person number 1, honestly, what they feel like is, I feel like they know they need to work on themselves, get their confidence up, and they feel like maybe this breakup was on purpose by spirit. You know, maybe they weren't ready at the time or something, but they feel like it was divine intervention. And so I feel like this person is a little more accepting of the relationship than person number 2. Tell me about this next card, reflection. Yeah, so you guys are reflecting, you're like mirroring each other perfectly. And it's what it's done for person number 1 is realize that maybe they weren't really their real self. They're kind of finally trying to admit that. And they're having an awakening to themselves. They're awakening to the fact that maybe they were guarded, controlling maybe. And they're having a third eye awakening about it. Tell me one card for the middle. There's fear between both of you. You both feel, I don't know, like you're not enough. You both feel it. So you know what you're doing for each other then, I guess. You're, looking into your fears and coming out with the courage to change. It is a wheel of fortune. It is fate. Tell me about person number 2 over here. Okay, so person number 2 looks like they're fine on the outside. They're their normal, happy-go-lucky, life of the party self. Lots of passion. Spirit is helping them through this like really low time, showing them that things happen in divine timing. I feel like they're being shown possibly the gifts in their life, maybe a new gift that they didn't know they had. Twin flame, that flipped over before. So I feel like some of you are in a twin flame relationship. Just take that if it's for you. If it's not, then that's okay. But I feel like this person over here is dealing with something way old, not being accepted in their life or something like that, Spirit, what is the outcome for Capricorn? Most likely outcome for Capricorn. Okay, I feel like both of you need to release some old ideas about yourself. You're both transforming. And then you're going to be able to manifest wherever you want, which I feel like what you want is each other. But here comes that Strength card again. And it's called Control here. So it could be about control because I did see something about that here. Person number 1. Maybe they're a control freak, right? It is kind of a deep wound. It comes from sacral chakra. So sacral chakra is like a family. It's a family wound. Could be something that's been with you your whole dang life. But I find it very interesting that this relationship is all major arcana lessons when I ask for the final answer, You've got the release card, which is like shedding old ideas about yourself, learning to manifest, um, learning about the law of attraction, perhaps. Maybe that's what person number one is learning here. They're learning something new. And it's kind of like you attract what you're putting out there. So if you have a low vibration, you're going to attract more low vibes, you know. If you're in a cycle of some kind, which it looks like you are, maybe you feel like you always have to have control in the relationship, you know. And this relationship really was sent here to teach you about simple love, you know, just the kindness of it, the way we feel about our children, you know, simple love. And I feel like that's what this relationship's about. I do feel like this is going to come together after, once you guys get your shit together, because these two cards came out, you know. So it's like divine intervention, fate coming in to bring you two together when you're at the same vibration, you know, Two of Cups in the center. Let's get some messages from this oracle deck. Person number one, someone has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on. And person number two, the past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is available for you. Follow with faith. Let me see the mutual energy. It's important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone instead of placing your focus on one another. Now is the time to give to yourself. That's the central energy. So that's a message for both of you from Spirit. You know, just take a step back and look and see at the bigger picture of your own self. You know, don't pick on the other person. You know, look at your own role in it. You know, where was I being like standoffish? This person over here is understanding something about themselves. Like, I was fake. I didn't even show this person the real me. How could I expect them to fall in love? And person number two is going like, I was in love, all right. I was in love. But person number one is like, but you didn't even know the real me. So I feel like this person number one over here is like total phoenix, you know, all the way burnt down. And I feel like it was this relationship that did it, you know, took them all the way to the ground so that they could rise, you know. Oh, I don't know where I had to put those. There they are. I have so many piles of cards here. I need to like figure my life out. Okay, let's see who's next is Aquarius. 39. 3905. Okay. Aquarius. Let's see what's going on for Aquarius. In love, person number one, person number two. Alright, so person number one's trying to figure out whether they should put any more energy into this or if they should just let it go. I feel like it's taken all the strength they have to hold back from like making contact or whatever. And I think they're talking to spirit and honestly surrendering the whole outcome, Aquarius. Um, I think they're thinking logically, they have a decision to make, and it looks like they're gonna choose themselves. In the person number two comes in as an emperor with a lot of love for person number one. They're staring at person number one. They're like, they're coming in as an emperor, and they feel like there's a connection because he's hanging on to something that's connected to the empress, but the empress is not here. So I feel like he feels a connection to this thing, but it's broken, right? There's a lot of love here. And I feel like the emperor is really, really emotional, you know, with the Queen of Cups there. I do feel like they're thinking about coming in, making an offer, right? Just a small one, like maybe a phone call, maybe a something. But I don't know exactly what they're offering because it's a Knight of Wands. So they might just be offering like, I don't know, one night stand maybe? We'll clarify, but that's what the Knight of Wands would usually mean in a reading like this. But they do feel like you are their wish fulfillment. However, they feel like it's been a burden. And the center energy here is Six of Cups, the Death card, and the High Priestess. So I feel like both of you think about each other all the time. I feel like both of you somewhere in your higher self know that this relationship was meant to transform you both. And I think you both know it. Because you have the Six of Cups, the Death card, and the High Priestess, which tells me that you somewhere know this inside yourself, you know? Okay, so let's get some clarifiers here. Let's start with this deck, and we'll clarify what exactly is going on here with you. Seven of Pentacles, Ten of Swords. Clarify that, Spirit. Okay. I feel like what person number one is doing is working on a transformation. And they're trying to just stay positive about their life. They don't know what's going to happen in this relationship, you know? So they're just trying to like go with the flow, like it ended. What can I make out of it now? What can I learn from it? They are using all their strength to like hold back from contacting you, you know? They want to. They have unconditional love. They feel like this was a really special union. And they just keep rethinking it, rethinking it, rethinking it. So, the King of Swords is here saying, like, logical thinking here. You need to start loving yourself, person number one. That's what King of Swords is all about. You got to start taking care of you, man. Start taking care of number one. And only make choices that serve your highest growth. So what is the choice? Yeah. Healing from heartbreak. You're healing your heart. You are choosing yourself because you're going through an ascension, person number one. You're ascending. So tell me about person number two. This Emperor guy over here that's got lots and lots of love. Lots of love for person number one. I feel like they're getting clarity from spirit on this relationship again. Like, remember in the middle, you're both being guided by your higher self with the High Priestess here. So you're being told something, Person number one is getting this enlightenment. And it's like, this happened for a reason. You see, the same thing happened over here. They're working on abundance. They're working on just the transformation, right? Tell me about the Ace or the Page of Swords and the Knight of Cups. They're thinking about the separation and that it's probably over, but they can't stop thinking about the chemistry between you. That's why the Knight of Swords or Wands is here. I think they're really sad and they feel like, man, I didn't even have any boundaries with person number one. I didn't even set any. And now I'm sad because of it. Tell me about the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Wands. It's like they know this is their wish fulfillment, but it was such a burden. Yeah, so they broke up. And they're heartbroken now. They love person number one. Tell me about this middle area. Six of Cups, the Death card, and the High Priestess. It's pretty clear that you guys know that the other one was sent to you in order for you to transform something. I feel like you're both on your spiritual journey far enough that you do realize it. Yeah. This is an everlasting promise of love, and you guys both know it. And I think you're both going through a transformation. I think you're both shedding old ideas, old beliefs, and focusing on how much you love each other. Someone's going to call because you guys are soulmates. Yeah. At the very minimum, I feel like you guys are going to at least get together one more time for a one-nighter or something. You might, because you're both feeling it, you know. You're both feeling all of it. How much you love the person, how you're so connected, what sex was like, right? How much you enjoyed it. Can you give me some angel messages for Aquarius? Okay, passion's the first one here. Person number one gets passion and getting to know each other and calling in your soulmate. So person number one is just working on themselves so that they can hopefully meet the Emperor energy. And I feel like they realize something here about themselves. Like they weren't loving themselves enough or something. You guys both are awakening to something about yourself. Person number two would like to go away with you. Person number one, they think you're worth waiting for, and they absolutely love the way you made them feel. So, let's see. Let's get some of these. Tell me some messages for person number one. Tell me a message for person number one. Passion. A magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. The middle card is Twin Flame. Boy, this is that Twin Flame's come out a couple of times today, and it didn't come out at all in the last couple of readings, I don't think, like yesterday. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims. It simply allows and gives. So maybe just to take a step back and work on yourself and heal your broken heart and kind of like dig down deep. Why is it broken? You know, why did all that happen? What's my part in it? You know, a lot of times I feel like, I mean, I know I've done it. You know, you have a breakup with someone and you blame them for all of it. You do. Or I did anyway. You blame the other person for whatever reason, but I promise that both people had a part in it. both people were triggered, and both people are healing, and that's the purpose of this relationship. And the cool part about it is you both know it. So I think that is kind of a good sign that you both actually are aware of it. So now we have Pisces, 50, 51. Okay, Pisces, let's see what's going on for Pisces. Angel, spirits, guides, can you give me some message for Pisces and their person? And middle energy, same energy between the two of them in the middle. Oh, thank you so much, Spirit. Seven Swords, Four Wands, Page of Wands, the Emperor, Four Cups, the Hierophant, middle energy, Two of Cups, and the World card. Okay. Bottom of the deck is a Nine of Pentacles. So what I feel like is maybe the overall message of this reading is that it's really important for you guys to like feel that independence, like not, you know, like a lot of times people think they aren't anybody without somebody. And I feel like that might be the lesson here. So person number one, Seven of Swords to this Four of Wands. They feel like something happened and it wasn't fair. Something like just happened out of the blue. Four of Wands wrecked their whole plan of a stable, happy home. I feel like there's a lot of like passion from person number one to person number two, and I feel like person number two feels, or person number one feels like person number two's their emperor, and they thought that this was going to end up kind of like in a long-term commitment, and it didn't work out like that, and they're feeling very like they missed an opportunity. And I think the reason that they're really bummed out about it is because they know that Spirit like kind of handed this relationship to them, and they feel like, you know, like they did something wrong, maybe. Person number two's working on their pentacles, trying to get stable in their life. There's some kind of movement here, quick action toward strength. So maybe they're working on their inner strength or trying to balance themselves out in some way. Understanding that they're very powerful, but at the same time, they're very gentle, and that those two things need to be in balance, not one overpowering the other. I feel like they're waiting for you to return, person number one. They're waiting for person number one to return because they do feel like this is a special relationship. I hope that makes sense. Okay, let's clarify the Seven of Swords to the Four of Wands. Okay, the reason that this was sabotaged is because someone was in their comfort zone. Like they're used to not having things work out. Maybe the person number one sabotaged the whole thing, right? They could have. That's what it looks like. Because they're clinging to their south node, which means they're staying in some kind of toxic cycle that they've been in pretty much their whole life. And they have spirit guides around them. They're helping them with this toxic pattern. And there was a tower moment, but it was caused by spirit because this wasn't ready. The timing wasn't right. So there was some kind of a breakup here. Person number one is being taken from their south node to their north node. That's what this relationship was all about. It could be that over the summer is when they did all their growing. They did, all their growing over the summer, and they're finding this stable flow of life, and they're starting to celebrate their life. Maybe they're even taking on the emperor energy, like maybe they start their own business or something, but they feel like they're reaping the rewards of it, They're celebrating, they're understanding the gifts. This Four of Cups thing is clarified by release and surrender. So I feel like person number one is kind of releasing this, talking about the truth. Maybe what they're telling the truth about the triggers, the conflict, how they avoided this relationship, and how person number two triggered them, and how they've been changed. They're a different person now. And I feel like they're surrendering and then speaking their truth to person number two. So let's see what person number two looks like. They're working on their stability. Yeah, they're having a breakthrough. Epiphany. Spirit's telling them something about their work. They're working on something that they're very passionate about. And I feel like something about control issues here too. Like they're understanding about that as well. I feel like this Knight of Swords is bringing in a new beginning, like a truth. There's a transformation in person number one, and I feel like they're coming back. Because I feel like maybe Spirit told them, like, wait a minute. This is a really special relationship. Because I feel like person number one, two is being like guided by higher spirit, So I feel like what they're realizing is that there was some kind of weird cycle that ended out, and what they want to do is have a new cycle with this person number one, the lover. So that's what they're deciding to do. They're deciding that they want to nurture the relationship. I feel like they're not going to wait around. I feel like they're deciding. What are you deciding in the Lover's card about person number one? That they reflected exactly to you the way you behaved, right? And you can't stop thinking about it. You keep rethinking about it over and over. And then that drives you to love yourself, which is exactly what you need to do. So tell me what the mutual energy is here. So it took person number two a little longer to like figure this out. There's a new beginning here. As soon as this dark night of the soul and timeout is over, I feel like there's going to be a commitment. It's going to start with messages. You guys might live far away from each other. Maybe you're going to be traveling together. But I feel like it's coming back together according to these cards. You know what I mean? It's just that you both have to surrender and love yourself and let spirit do its work, your higher self, Our souls are constantly working with us, Okay. let's see, chemistry for person number 1. They're working to release person number 2, or release, you know, the control of making it happen. You're in separation in the middle, time apart, and make the effort. Great love is worth taking. The steps you're guided to take. So I would feel like when you get that urge to make the call, whichever one, just do it, because it's probably time. You know, as long as you're not trying to like control the situation. But if you're just reaching out and saying like, thinking about you or whatever, I don't know, maybe that's still, I don't know. I just feel like if you've not been talking to each other and you reach out to the other one, I feel like it could mean that it's time, you know, when you get that urge, because your higher self's working with you and you're understanding this soul tie. And when you start loving yourself, I feel like that's when it's going to come back in. There's a lot of attraction. I feel like you two had a lot of fun together. Person number 2 is working on fixing some kind of family wounds. Like maybe it's a control thing, because I see the control card in person number 2's pile. Let's see. Let go of control issues. Yeah, so that's what it is. So they probably learned that when they were little, like to control a situation, right? Or manipulation, something like that. They want to get to know person number 1 again. They can't stop thinking about the passion that you guys shared, and they think person number 1's worth waiting for, you know? There could be some kind of difference in the way you guys believe in something, like, I don't know, civil rights, religion, something. Anyways, it's, you guys practice different things and it bothers person number 2. So here's the message from here. It says emotions are a natural and important part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. So that's person number 1. So I see you surrendering there. So I feel like you're working on that. And in the middle, I feel like it's saying, my beloved, though we may be physically apart, spiritually we're always united. Love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing. And then person number 2 says, wait, don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. So again, with that control card, you know what I mean? Like the control thing. Be careful of that, you know, just wait and let it unfold naturally, because I feel like both of you have a lot of work to do, and I don't know how you guys met, but if it was some kind of weird way, I think you probably will meet up in a weird way again, because I feel like you live ways from each other. I know, I saw that. I feel like you guys live apart from each other, you know, like not in the same town or something. And I just feel like one of these days, when you're both vibing high, I mean, there's going to be a reunion. And you're both going to be totally different people, but you're still going to feel it. You're still going to feel it. But you're both going to be vibing higher, so the outcome could be different. So that's my readings for you guys, Pisces. I feel like big changes happening for person number 1, because they're going from being on their south node to moving on to their north node, which is like their soul's purpose, you know, and it's usually the total opposite of, well, you know, what they're doing, because it's on the opposite side of the zodiac wheel, you know. Okay, so that's my readings today. I just want to thank you guys, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for liking, sharing, subscribing, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye.